Finland's border guard prepares for the implementation of deportation law at the eastern border. Partial collapse of an apartment building in Helsinki. Filipinos begin working at S-Market supermarket in Lapland. Finland's healthcare staffing imbalance. The Finnish border guard is preparing for the enforcement of a new deportation law at the eastern border. This law aims to prevent entry with malicious intent. Border stations have installed containers for interviewing asylum seekers. If the law is enacted, only exceptional cases, such as children and those facing persecution, will be able to apply for asylum. Case assessments could take place right at the border area. The border guard has procured infrastructure such as water and sanitation facilities to meet the needs of asylum seekers. Training on the deportation law will be provided to 2,000 border guards. An additional budget is needed for constructing border barriers at the eastern border. A section of the exterior of an apartment building at Kiinniladanti 5 in the Consuela area of Helsinki unexpectedly collapsed. The accident happened suddenly, and the cause is yet to be determined, according to Marjo Lidikainen, the vice chairman of the building's board. Fortunately, no one was injured in the incident, although the area beneath the collapsed section is usually occupied. The damaged area has been fenced off for safety. Sanna Niemikanas, a musician in the Radio Symphony Orchestra, reported hearing a loud noise while in her office on the 6th floor. In Lapland, the S-Market supermarket has welcomed 14 employees from the Philippines to address staffing shortages. Jo Fernandez, a new employee, expressed happiness about working in Finland, which she considers her dream country. Fernandez praised the support and friendliness of her colleagues at the S-Market in Pelo. She mentioned that while her Filipino colleagues are eager to work, they were surprised by the weekly work hour restrictions. The collaboration project between Osascapa Arena and Verona has attracted interest and received positive feedback from both employees and customers. According to OECD statistics, Finland has a higher number of nurses compared to the EU average but suffers from a shortage of doctors. Specifically, Finland has approximately 19 nurses and 3.5 doctors per 1,000 inhabitants, which is lower than the EU average of 8.5 nurses and 4 doctors. Juho Ruskoaho, chief economist of the Federation of Welfare Areas and Local Authorities, stated that the doctor shortage is increasing the cost of hiring doctors and burdening the public budget. He also emphasized that the shortage of healthcare personnel is one of the main issues causing problems in Finland's healthcare system. Police suspect a 59-year-old woman in Kaitalisvaara, Joensuu, of causing a fire and being involved in a homicide case. According to the Eastern Finland police, the suspect admitted during the preliminary investigation that she started the fire but denied the murder charge. The fire occurred on the evening of April 17 in a private house. Firefighters and police found 2 people in the house when extinguishing the fire. One of them was the suspect's 63-year-old husband, who died at the scene despite resuscitation efforts. Police stated they have an idea of the motive but cannot yet disclose it publicly. The suspect has been detained since April 22 on suspicion of murder. E-kirjasto, Finland's national digital library service, has gradually attracted major publishers, including Otava and WSOY. However, the lack of major titles from Otava, WSOY, Gumaris, and Siltala has caused user dissatisfaction. Despite progress in adding new titles, such as Otava providing nearly 4,000 ebooks, there is still much room for improvement. Some publishers, like Siltala, are still negotiating terms of cooperation. Users have also complained about the limited selection of books and the lack of computer access. Eurozone inflation rose slightly to 2.6% in July compared to the same period last year, according to preliminary data from Eurostat. Although this inflation rate increased from June's 2.5%, it remains lower than the highest levels in the region. Inflation in the services sector rose to 4%, indicating an increase in service costs. In Germany and France, inflation remained at 2.6%, while in Belgium, it reached 5.5%. However, in Finland, the inflation rate was only 0.6%, the lowest in the Eurozone. The slight rise in inflation does not necessarily affect the European Central Bank's (ECB) decision on interest rate cuts but highlights the challenges in controlling inflation in the region. A major fire broke out Wednesday morning atEssity's paper mill on Nokian Kerhokatu. This is the second fire incident at the mill in a short period. The fire is believed to have started from a paper machine and was quickly brought under control by the fire brigade. By around 8 a.m., the fire was largely extinguished, but work continued to put out small hotspots. The paper mill currently employs about 200 workers. Fortunately, no one was injured in the fire. In Imatra, Finland, a group of 5 stray dogs from Russia has caused concern by approaching residential areas. The border patrol and police were ordered to eliminate the pack to ensure resident safety. Some of the dogs have fled back to Russia. Tommy Kovanen, who works nearby, witnessed one dog escaping when the border patrol arrived. In the past, Imatra has had similar incidents with stray dogs from Russia. Last year, police recorded several cases of stray dogs attacking pets. Finnish tourists in Estonia have changed their habits. Previously, they sought cheap goods, but now they seek experiences and are willing to pay for quality. Many younger Finnish tourists are more proficient in foreign languages and more internationalized. According to Kilu Maidla from the Estonian Restaurant and Tourism Federation, more Finnish tourists prefer communicating in English and have learned to leave tips. Estonia is also known for its Michelin-starred restaurants, attracting Finnish tourists interested in cuisine rather than shopping. Although prices in Estonia have risen, some tourists still find certain items cheaper than in Finland. According to the Finnish Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry, the country has significant potential for developing fishing tourism, which still needs to be explored. For example, at Lake Heidenviisi in Loja and Vidi, anglers like Patrick Hilner and Joni Quismanen often catch large fish such as pike and perch, yet there are few fishing boats on the lake. While sea fishing tourism is gaining more attention, freshwater lakes in southern Finland can also offer great fishing experiences. The ministry aims to elevate Finland's fishing services to the top in Europe within the next 10 years, with financial support of €230,000 for development projects. With the right efforts and investments, Finland could become an attractive fishing destination for both domestic and international tourists.